Alright, everyone. Welcome to my first attempt at speaking over a video. Over the last several weeks, I have been learning how to make YouTube content. And first, it was just recording things and making sure my computer would handle it and seeing how it would come out. Learning that YouTube is a very slow process of uploading videos. I've been running one for like the last 2.5 hours, and it's like a quarter of the way done. Jesus. Anyway, the process of this is I've been trying to learn how to make my own content. I've never known what I want to accomplish with all of this. I just am interested in learning how it works. Maybe one day I can make something useful of it. I have no intention of trying to get a YouTube career. That seems like a tremendous amount of work, and it's not something I'm interested enough to push. So I don't want to do that. I'm mostly doing this for my own amusement and partially to help push content for the team that I play with. I have been running the Raptor Talon Galaxy for years at this point. Before that, it was the 79th Raptor Talons, born from MechWarrior Online, which doesn't really exist anymore. It's still out there, but the player base is in like the less than 400s. So we moved on to Elite Dangerous, which I absolutely love. I love that game so much. But the internet is already a different place than it was 5, 6 years ago. And now, just having a TeamSpeak address and a website is not enough. We want to make YouTube content. We want to stream on Twitch, things like that. And we don't have anyone with that kind of skill or experience. So I've decided that I will take that on. Maybe I'll be good at it, maybe not. But I'm going to try it anyway and see how it goes. Today is my first attempt to talk over and narrate a video, rather than just play it. And I think when I'm finished with it, I'm going to try some editing and make it look and sound as nice as I possibly can. And to stretch my ability to voice act, I am going to pick something ridiculous to go with. I am going to have to voice act 2 male characters and 4 female characters. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I spent the last half an hour trying to prep myself and RP as each of them. And I've got like a 15-minute like setup video that I've done before this. Maybe I'll upload it for my own amusement, maybe not. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to play the good ending, which is a fan-made mod for the game Doki Doki Literature Club. And it sounds just so ridiculous to say the title of this game. And the fact that I'm going to do this, considering all my other content so far has been action games, and the last series I did was Brutal Doom, which is so wildly different from DDLC at just the very start. If you have played DDLC, then you'll know that it's not that out of place. Doki Doki Literature Club is a very unique title. If you've never played Doki Doki Literature Club, you should. It's an experience you have to have, and I'm going to be playing a fan-made mod to it, so it's going to wildly alter the story. I have gone through this mod once before, so that I know what it is, and I know where the story is going to go, so I can set up role-playing it over. This is not a raw take. I'm not experienced or confident enough to attempt a raw take of something yet. But I've definitely not analyzed everything that's going to happen. I haven't trawled through it. I haven't watched what it does. I haven't thought about everything that occurs. I just did a run through of it in an afternoon to see how it goes. Anyway, there are going to be 4 female voices I'm going to have to do. The 4 women are Yuri, Monika, Sayori, and Natsuki. And I'm going to have to stretch my ability to voice act 4 different female characters. And there's only one traditional female voice that I play, and is usually the one that I play for D&D, who is going to be the voice of Sayori in this run. let's go over the concept here. I am going to say one more time, if you have never played Doki Doki Literature Club, you should stop watching this video and go download it. It's free on Steam. I will show you. If you don't have it, if you've never played it, you should, because it is amazing. Where are we? Store page. Seriously, it's free. Go play it. And Mr. Dan Salvato, the dude who made this game, is a genius, and the fact that this is presented in the way that it is just so good. I, along with many, many others, just completely turned my nose up at this. I'm like, the fuck is this? I'm not playing some weeb dating simulator bullshit. This is just not for me. I'm not touching this. And that was the point. That's why it was advertised that way. I have like 9 dating sim games on my Steam list. I'll just go ahead and get it out of the way because one of my D&D buddies, Leon, finds it hyper amusing to buy me this shit. So it's even got its own category. Dumb shit that Leon sent me. Fucking shark dating simulator and Hatoful boyfriend and all that meme bullshit. This looks like one of those. But it really isn't. It's presented that way to take you completely off guard. It is horrifying in a lot of ways. Just the things that happen, and it so puts you on edge, and it just completely pulls rugs out from under you. You do not see the things that are happening. I kind of did. I had heard about the game for a while before I touched it. It was a good year, I think it was out before I ever considered it. I saw it, I'm like, the fuck is this? And it was constantly recommended all the time. And I couldn't see why. It was just another weeb date simulator like the millions out there. Like, why is this one special? What's different about this? And it was hard to follow the recommendations without having some of the story exposed. So I had a semblance of an idea of what was going on before I touched it. But it still caught me way off guard. There are so many things that happened in there. I'm like, what the hell is happening? And it was eerie and unsettling. Seriously, go play it. If you've never played it, stop watching this video, stop listening to me so that I don't ruin it for you, and go play it. It's free. You can get through it in an afternoon. I think it's like 3 or 4 hours to see everything that it has to offer. You can play through it in one night if you got nothing to do. And it deserves to be done. Mr. Dan Salvato, kudos to you, man. It's one of the most unique things I've ever played. What we're doing today is a fan-made mod called The Good Ending. And what this does is, and we're starting spoiler territory here, just putting it out there, this was your last warning. There's no way I can go over what this is without explaining the things that happened in the previous game. And this mod constantly talks about what happened in the original game. So this was your last warning. You've been warned. Go away, go play, go download DDLC. It's free for the last time. Now, in the original game, one of the girls that you interact with, Monica, becomes self-aware that she is a character in a dating simulator video game. And of the 4 women you interact with, she is the one that doesn't have a path for the main character to apply for. In dating sims, you get to pick which girl you want to go after, and you get to appease them, and you get to give them gifts, and you get to role play going out with this person. I don't judge. It's not the kind of game for me. I don't enjoy that thing. But she is so envious of this that she starts manipulating the game itself. She starts screwing with the files, and she starts messing with people's heads. And not just like, I'm going to talk this person into not speaking to the main character, is I'm going to mess with their brains by screwing with the file structure. And the coolest thing about the game is if you watch the files while you're playing it, stuff will actually happen in the file structure. And you'll see her attempting to contact you. And as the game goes on and she becomes more and more desperate to escape her reality to become part of true life, part of the player that she's trying to interact with, she starts doing more and more erratic and desperate things to the point that she starts breaking the game that she's contained in. And the game just goes way off the fucking rails. It is insane what happens because I've never played a game like this. She is a character that becomes self-aware inside a video game and starts trying to destroy the game to break reality, to reach you, not the character you're playing, but you as the player on the other end of the screen, and it's mind-blowing. And the things she does are so ruthless and horrific. But at the end of it, she experiences true remorse for what she did. And it's so endearing just how much she realizes what she did and how bad she truly feels. And it has made her such an endearing and popular character that there are Reddit threads, there are tons of websites, and there are fan games expressing just how much they love Monica. My original idea for this was one of those. It is a fan mod called The Monica After Story, which in the third act of the original game, Monica has taken total control of the game itself and has deleted every character and every scenario. She's destroyed all of it just to only have you. You and her are the only characters in the game, and you cannot leave the chair that she has placed for you while she sits in front of you. And as terrifying as that sounds, because it is very unsettling when it happens, there's like hours of things that she says to you, and she just talks about her life and what she thinks of what has happened. And this expands on it. This mod expands on it so far that, like, she learns your schedule. She figures out when you go to sleep, when you go to work. She figures out your birthday. She plays hangman and chess and pong with you. You can, like, edit text files to give her new clothes. I know that, like, there's special events for, like, her birthday and for Christmas and Valentine's Day that you can screw with file editors that the content creators create. They make, like, little puzzles for you to figure out, and you figure them out. You give her gifts. It's just so endearing, and I originally wanted to do that. But I screwed with it for like 2 hours yesterday, and I just could not get it to work. I don't know why it wouldn't function. I've done dozens of reinstallations. I went through fan sites. I went through troubleshooting areas, bug reports. I just could not get the game to work. It would fire up just fine. It looked like it was running, but for some reason, Monica just wasn't there. It was just in the little room that you're in, and you could see the clouds moving in the windows. So clearly the game was functional, but Monica just wasn't there. She wouldn't spawn in the game. After like 2 hours of screwing with it, I kept getting the same result. I don't know what the problem was, but I just decided to move on. I played several DDLC fan mods looking for the one I wanted to present because I wanted to do the most outlandish, most ridiculous one there was to just test my ability to voice act. And this is the most wild one of them all. Again, I've gone through it one time before. I haven't analyzed everything in it. I don't remember all of it, just that it was just insane and mind-blowing and incredibly unsettling. This was the best of them all. So, we're going to do this. This was my final warning. I've given away all the spoiler content. I've said everything that you need to know going into it. So the next video, I'm going to kick off the game itself. If you have never played DDLC, this is your last warning. Go play it. Go play and understand what happened before you watch this series. I've already spoiled most of it, but that's your fault for listening to it. I warned you repeatedly. But even then, go play it, or at least watch a run-through of it. There's certainly YouTube entertainers that are far better than I am, that are just hilarious to watch. But anyway, next video, we're going to start the Monica good ending. I'll see you then.